Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode, another week of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neil Rold, that guy, Sean Delusional here in the house. We got KG, we got Spencer Raxter as well. We've got all of you, I think, in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Just subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get in there. Sean, let's cut the shit.
Hey.
All right? They want it. The Commanders fans want it. They got it. They're coming here, and just tons of stuff to get to today. Sean, it's popping in Detroit, but the stage is set. Away we go.
Love it. Love every second of it. Saturday night, how great is that? You know, I was all worried, especially, Neil, with the Vikings and Rams going tonight, that we might be moved to Sunday. I think Saturday night is perfect. Everybody's going to be watching. Bring on the Commanders. Listen, Jaden Daniels, there's a reason to fear him. There's no doubt about that. But at the end of the day, boy, I love this matchup. I'm not going to lie. I love this matchup.
Absolutely. And there's some stuff, too. The people in the chat, when we get the YouTube straightened out, I'll get to everybody that's in there. And, yes, I have some thoughts about what happened around the NFL. We're going to go, what?
All I'm going to say is, listen, you and I love working with you. Seriously.
Yeah.
For a myriad of reasons. But it was like our discussion on the Vikings earlier this year, okay? And Neil's over here and I'm over here, but we're a lot closer to one another than I think you imagine, right?
Yes.
And I'll give you an example, like the Vikings. Okay, you're having a cute pinch your little cheek year. You're not legit. You're not better than the Lions. Here we are, okay? You hammered the Packers, whereas I asked Packer fans questions, such as just a few weeks ago, hey, guys, what if Jordan Love isn't the next great Packer quarterback? Because there's a lot of evidence now that suggests that maybe, just maybe, he isn't the next great Packer quarterback. And, Neil, let me use it as an example, something that I talk about all the time. I cannot stand when people take the small and make it speak for the large, using the exception as a rule. And we're very guilty of it in this town. You know what? I think a lot of us, especially Packer fans, are guilty of doing the same thing with Jordan Love. Jordan Love had a cute little span last year. A cute little span that included what he did to the Lions on Thanksgiving. And then he took it to the playoff. And he lit up the Dallas Cowboys. And he played well against San Francisco. But then it kind of got to that point in the game where every time Jordan Love did something good, he did something bad. Every time he did something good, he did something bad. Jordan Love did not have a good season, man.
Yeah.
This is not the next great Packer quarterback type of season. And so that's why, Neil, a lot of times I ask them. And I asked a lot of Packer fans, if you remember, a couple weeks ago, I said, guys, are you starting to be a little worried about Jordan Love? Dude, he is, as the kids call it, KG, mid.
Yeah.
He's mid. He's mid.
No,
I don't know what
absolutely.
it means, but he's mid.
Yeah.
It sounds like it applies.
That means he's a fine local Green Bay, Wisconsin quarterback.
Okay.
No, absolutely. Welcome in, everybody, here on the YouTube chat. Neil Rule, Sean Delusional here with you, KG, Spencer Raxter. Get your thoughts out there. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Look at that, approaching 77,000 YouTube subs. It's just an animal, everybody, and it keeps popping off. But yes, the Lions and Commanders. For those, Spenny, are we able to respin that video? Yeah. All right. For those that missed it, and I saw some of you talk about it in the chat. The Commanders fans, I guess, the 100 of them out there, they want the smoke, right, Spenny?
Yes, they do. Here's what they had to say.
We want Detroit! 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 We want Detroit!
So you want Detroit, then you got Detroit.
Yep.
And Commanders fans, Detroit's got you and your third worst rushing defense in the NFL and your rookie quarterback and just an insane environment Saturday night where we got all day to get right, if you know what I mean. You have no concept of what you're walking into. None whatsoever. We are 60 minutes away from hosting an NFC championship game. And if you thought that I was going to roll in here today and just be calm about that and say, let it play out and stuff like that, I will not. And this, we can just record and run back tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday, I'll be even more extra about it. We are 60 minutes away from hosting the NFC championship game here in Detroit to go to the Super Bowl. We are 60 minutes from. You think that you're going to walk in here and stop that from happening?
Stand on business,
you?
Neil. Stand on business.
And your awful defense and your rookie quarterback? You think you're going to stop that? Ain't no way.
The rookie quarterback that you're fond of, by the way.
I love the guy. I love the guy more than anyone.
You actually like Jaden.
More than anyone. But that shit goes out the window this week, man. We are 60 minutes away from hosting the NFC Championship game. From Spencer Raxter crying in that booth. Because he will.
True.
Because we talked about the thought of doing it a week ago, and we all started tearing up on here. You think you're going to stop that with that defense? Sean, they ain't stopping it. Nothing's going to stop this.
This championship game isn't at RFK.
It's inevitable.
It isn't at Frisco. It's going to be here. And by the way, I don't know if were you guys, David Montgomery's back. Were you guys aware of that?
Yeah.
So I want to just let me get this straight. You got the best line in the league. You got Gibbs and Montgomery going up against your run defense. Good luck with that. Maybe I have to go back to the cheeks again. Maybe I need to go. No, seriously, good luck with that. I love this matchup. I think the one thing that you've shown Aaron Glenn has done is he gets into quarterbacks' heads. He gets into quarterbacks' heads. You've seen it time and time again. If he can do that to Sam Bradford, oh, did I do it again? Sam Darnold. If he can do it to Sammy Bradford, what do you think he's going to do to your rookie quarterback? Mad respect for Jaden. I'm serious. He's shown it all year. Let's see what the future holds. But while you're looking into the future, and we know it well here in Detroit, we know what it's like to go, you guys all wait till next year. We'll show you, and shake our fist at people. No. This is our time, and we're going to show it to you Saturday night at Ford Field. It's that simple. This is about dictating terms to you. Because that's what's going to happen on Saturday. We're going to dictate. Our offensive line is going to tell you early on how this game is going to go, and you have no choice in the matter. You really don't.
No, and Sean, that's an excellent way of putting it, because that is accurate. The crowd will dictate to you what's going to happen.
Yep.
They don't understand. Those fans that were sitting there chanting in that stadium, they don't understand. God, this
Neil,
place. Go ahead, KG, please.
No, man, listen, we're not savages, or at least I'm not. I'm not, soulless. Like, I get why they would chant, we want Detroit, based off everything that they've gone through. And I'm happy for the Commanders fan base. Dealing with Dan Snyder and to where they are now, this was supposed to be a rebuild. Let's be real. And they were able to turn that and flip it.
They got a good quarterback.
Yeah, they got a good quarterback. They have
for the first time in 2 decades. They got a good quarterback.
They have a good front office. It appears they have that, and they turned that into a first-round playoff victory. I'm not mad at that at all, but they don't know the buzzsaw that they're walking into.
No, they have no idea. Jump into that super chat, by the way. And look, we read the chat all day long on this show. It's exactly what we do. You want to skip the line like Joseph Glenn? Drop a super chat in there, green, orange, whatever you guys want to do. I had a Bears fan say to me that Goff isn't top 5 right now, and AG is not the best DC in the league. And Joseph, look, I wasn't planning on going this route because I want to hear... You know what, Joseph? I'll wait till we come back. But I want to hear Spenny's story, by the way. Spenny was at the Pistons game this weekend.
Yep.
Who won again, who are above 500, who are making a move towards not a play-in game, but a playoff spot.
We told y'all.
Cade is making his move. He's an all-star player. Spenny started the movement at LCA, the Cade MVP chant.
Yep.
If he gets this guy into a top 5 seed in the Eastern Conference off that season, then he commands MVP votes.
Yeah.
Commands them.
Has to.
Commands them. Am I saying he's the MVP? Chill. But he deserves votes, and I don't care what anybody says. I'll die on the hill for that. But we're not there yet. Where we are, though, is Spenny out at the game with Danny Raxter.
Yep, shout out Pops.
Yeah, Pops he wasn't even drinking scotch. He's just having a couple
just
beers.
a couple beers, yeah.
But
couple of bats.
you had a run-in with Trajan Langdon, I heard.
I did, yeah.
Take us through that, Spenny.
Yeah, so these were the tickets. My sister got my dad tickets for Christmas. And so she got him 2 tickets to the Pistons game. We went there, and we were right across the aisle from the little GM booth. Like, it's like 4 seats with a table, and Trajan and his assistant GMs were sitting in there, and I saw him before the game. And I walked up to him, and I was talking to him, and I apologized. Because I told him I know how to pronounce his name now. It's not Trajan Langdon, it's Trajan Langdon. I said I apologized for judging him by the sins of his
predecessors.
Boss,
yeah.
the sins of the Tellums. I said, I like what you're doing. I think you have a very good system going here. The JB Bickerstaff hire was great. You brought in NBA players, and I really like Ron Holland as a player. I can see the vision, and I really like what you're doing. I shook his hand, and we took a picture.
Nice.
Yeah, which was pretty cool, by the way, to see that on social media.
Very cool guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very chill guy.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
Class dude too.
Yes.
When I was on the road with him for the preseason, he came up to me, introduced himself. Like, it's a lot for people in that line of work, man. When they come up and they introduce it, like, that's not fake. Like, they're
Window into the soul stuff.
Yeah.
bingo.
It is.
It's like the people that put the shopping cart away at the grocery store.
Right.
Yep.
There's no reward for doing
Nah.
it. There's no penalty for not doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What kind of person are you?
And I was telling Spinny yesterday, Trajan has aura, man. Like, say what you want about the
100%.
guy, he means business.
No doubt. No doubt. So, all right, let's do this then because I'm locked in. Super chat, Paul Thomas, chanting, "We want Detroit," is a prisoner chanting, "I want the death penalty."
And we got a couple more super chats in there as well. Owen Mullins says, "I can feel it. It's destiny. After seeing Philly's performance yesterday, I don't see any scenario where we don't make the Super Bowl." And Dante151 says, "Spenny, I cannot wait for you to go after Easy tonight for his Jordan Love take, and that he's better than our Lord and Savior Jared Goff. Go Lions."
Don't worry, I'll speak for everybody coming up in just a little bit when we go around the NFL. Don't you worry about that. But no, we're gonna get into this matchup because it's here. And Woodward Sports chat thread, Thomas Pope, LFG Neil got me hype AF. Don't just wait. There's more as we go on this week because I think people are missing. People that are going to analyze Washington and everything, they're missing what the grand point of all this is. And it's my point. 60 minutes away from the NFC Championship.
By the way.
Yeah.
You're
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Hey,
The
yo.
season's like, here we go.
KG, here goes that.
This is.
There goes the neighborhood. There goes the fucking neighborhood.
Jump into the chat, Aligna. Let's go, Neil. I was a bit fired up, and I'm going to be staying a bit fired up this week. And the poor Commanders fans, which we'll get to in a minute. Burn in the super chat. Thanksgiving 2023 was, I think we are seeing the two teams of the NFC moment. Congrats, Green Bay. You had your big moment. You even beat Dallas. Enjoy getting one, you schedule merchants. Hey, they beat 3 teams with winning records.
Right.
3. 1, 2, 3. Their fans were coming at me. I don't know if you guys saw that act on Sunday. They were coming at me on Twitter about Calvin and Barry quit on you, and
That's fine.
maybe the pack, if the Packers do lose, maybe they should walk off the floor like the Pistons did and stuff like that. I had to tweet them the picture of Larry Bird walking off.
Yeah.
No one ever remembers that
A
one.
lot of times, Neil, what has to happen is sometimes you have to take your medicine too. Now, I'm going to sit back and say I don't know what Barry and Calvin quitting has to do with this conversation.
Nothing.
But now that you got that off your chest, does that make you feel better for the sudden realization that Jordan Love is not him? I don't know how that would make you feel better about living your life right now, but we have enough evidence right now. If you want to take the small, and was it Dante 151? He said, I was one of those guys. I was sitting there Thanksgiving 2023 going, son of a bitch, they did it again. They did it again. I've had to live this for 30 plus years. Favre begets Rodgers, who begets Love. How could you fear Jordan Love right now? I'm not being funny. I'm not even kicking sand on their grave, man. We've seen this for weeks. We've talked about it here. Y'all better start being a little worried about Jordan Love and the trajectory. And you're living it, man. I don't wish that on anybody. I've seen it.
Ryan's reaction in all caps, guys, we're going to the Super Bowl. Ryan, That's my point. That's my
Said
point
man.
of this week. That all plays. That all tracks. That's all a factor this week in this game. We host the NFC Championship game. We host it here in Detroit. Owen Mullen in the Super Chat. All this crap Dan Campbell got by the media, some of our fans even over fourth down. Now everyone's going for it on fourth down. Multiple teams went for it this weekend. They want to be like us. And Owen, that could be even another whole 30-minute topic because Washington ended up getting away with it. Ryan's reaction in the Super Chat, Jordan Love is a fine local quarterback. Washington got away with it, but they weren't married to the game. And that was their problem. You either do it or you don't do it. And then they did it and tried it, and then they got away from it, and they didn't do it.
Yeah.
And it worked out because Baker Mayfield put one on the ground, and they didn't execute. They failed miserably executing, and that's what put the Commanders through. Mm-hmm. The Commanders had multiple chances to put a stranglehold on that game, and they didn't, which we can discuss that as the week goes on also. But again, though, Sean, it's very, very simple. It's Commanders, it's Lions, it's Saturday night. By the way, Saturday is going to be an epic Detroit sports day. You got Oakland, Detroit at 1 o'clock at Callahan
Shout
Hall.
out.
There you go.
Shout
Hey. 5 o'clock, the Pistons Suns.
Mm-hmm.
7 o'clock, the Wings are playing the Lightning, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then you know what goes. And then there's a funeral at 8 o'clock at Ford Field.
Yep.
That's how it's going to go down. Woodward Sports Chat Thread, Aaron to the Stone. Neil, careful. You keep talking about the Lions going to the Super Bowl. You're going to make me start crying tears of joy again. I guarantee this. Sean, are you in Friday too?
Yes.
Over/under of people getting choked up on this show this week is 3.5. Over 3.5 is minus 195. Like it's going to happen at a different time for everybody.
Yeah.
We were talking about this before the show, and I'm so serious when I say this. We, as a fan base, need to stop being so fragile and just accept that this is happening. That this is real, that this is destiny, that the Lions are at home against the Commanders after they beat the Commanders.
8.5 point favorites.
After they beat the Commanders, then we're going to be at home playing probably the Philadelphia Eagles, but I don't care. I don't care because the Lions are at home. We have to stop with this. Is it really? No, it is happening. This is real. That doesn't mean don't get emotional about it. But Neil, it's so funny. People are still fragile. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Jinx. My words can change destiny?
Yeah. We beyond that at this
Like,
point.
stop that shit. Quit being a bitch. Like, honestly, embrace this. This is what we've dreamed about our whole lives. Neil, I posted something yesterday. I said, the Lions are 0-3 against Washington historically in the playoffs. I saw all 3 of the games. All those games were in Washington. This game is in Detroit. This game is at Ford Field against the number 1 seed Detroit Lions. But why are you saying that? It's negative. It's like, no, embrace it. This isn't against John Riggins. This isn't against Doug Williams. This isn't against Mark Rippon. This is something different, man. We're calling the shots now. This isn't our place. This isn't old RFK with the stadium bouncing up and down. No. This is at Ford Field, and we're an 8.5 point favorite. And I get it. We haven't been there before, and there's some validity to that. Act like you've been there before. Well, we haven't been there before. I openly admit it. But when you're number 1, when everything has to come through your building, and you know, they don't, but you know how this home field advantage is, man, come on, bring it. I want all of it. Every single slice of it. Bring up every gosh damn negative stat that you can bring up, because that's just one more dragon this franchise slays over and over and over. Oh, it's been how many years since this happened? Boom, straight to your jugular. Right? I mean, fire that fucking arrow right to the jugular vein, slice it, and get rid of that. That's where we're at right now. Embrace this. I don't know, Neil. You're putting the cart in front of the horse. No, he's not. He's speaking factually.
They're an 8.5 point favorite. Rookie quarterback. One of the worst defenses in the NFL coming to town. The 3rd worst rushing defense in the NFL. This offensive line, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, like, come on, guys.
A rookie slot corner trying to guard Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I know.
Hello.
I know.
I like Mikey's having a good year. I liked Mikey when he was in Michigan. He's going to get cooked. Bad.
Talk to him, Spenny. Like, these are facts.
Yeah.
This isn't what Spencer thinks. This is what is. A future Hall of Fame receiver has a rookie corner on him. Mm-hmm. And oh, by the way, speaking of that, what are you going to do to stop the run game? You going to commit another body? That's what you're going to do? Like, you need to think long and hard about this, Commanders.
I hope you do.
Monty coming back? Yes.
What are you going to do? You got to do something.
It's about to get nasty.
We got a little surprise for you.
We got a couple super chats in
Yes,
there.
sir.
One from Shane Daniel. He said, I was told that Matt LaFleur was the
told.
Ryan Day of the NFL, yet one has his team playing for a title and the other team is on a flight to Hawaii. And then we have Ryan's reactions in the Woodward Sports Chat. I need confirmation, but no NFC North team has ever been back-to-back NFC championships.
I feel like the Packers lost a couple back-to-back, right? At the end of the Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not sure about that one.
You know, at the end of Aaron Rodgers' career.
I'm sure they did. Yeah, I'm sure they did. I'm sure
Tampa
they did.
beat them there. Just off the top of my head, Brady Tampa team beat them there. I can't remember if they hosted before. I don't know. Maybe not.
Couple more super chats flying in the Woodward Sports Chat. Anthony White says, Washington is cute feel-good story this year, and I'm happy for their fans. Cute will get you turned out real quickly. Lions going to put it on them. Then you got Dante151 in the Woodward Sports Chat saying, also, can we stop with the Bobby Lane curse BS? I'm so freaking sick of it. Gibbs and Monty are going to go ham on Saturday, and don't forget about J-Mo. And then you got Jesse Yesbick says, everyone wants a piece of Detroit. Come and take it.
Come and take it.
Yep.
Dante, I love you. I am so sick of that shit. Quit being a bitch. Like, honestly, and this isn't our first year on the stage, okay? This is like our second time around, all right? And this is a time where I always caution people against that linear thinking. Well, if this happened, that means this happens, okay? No. It is happening. We're watching it happen. We did take that linear step.
Yeah.
We went to the number 1 seed, and now everything runs through the Detroit. Dante, I couldn't agree with you more. Drop this jinx shit. Drop this, I don't know. That's how we had to live our whole lives. Drop it. And this is different, man. You see it, I see it, we all feel it.
Here's it in reverse. X in the chat. McLaurin will go for 100 yards plus 2 PI calls. Oh, just like world famous Justin Jefferson was supposed to do, right? Yeah. Checks notes, 3 catches, 54 yards. That's what he had. Your God and Savior, Justin Jefferson, JJ, Jay Jettis, the cool necklace, all of it, right? What, KG? What? It's fucking factual. I watched it.
I'm not doubting you at all. I'm just laughing at watching the master at work. That's all. But even if Terry did that, I don't think they win that game. It doesn't really matter what the Commanders throw at the Lions.
And they're not going to have the ball long enough to hurt
They're
us.
never going to have the football.
They're going to run the ball up and down the field.
You know what? Do we have the bell? And can we give Spenny the bell?
Absolutely.
Because that was it.
Bell.
That was it. Here's why Washington can't win this game. They will never have the football.
Yes.
Ever. I'll tell you this. The Lions, they could effectively end this game on the first possession. You want me to get granular?
Yeah.
7-minute David Montgomery touchdown
I'm saying,
drive.
if Washington gets a football first and they punt, it's fucking over.
Yeah, it's really over at that point.
And if they punt, if they get the ball first and they punt, it is. They may never get the football again.
By the way, Neil, they lost the conference championship game at Frisco in 2019, and as you mentioned, that game against Tampa that they lost in 2020.
There you go.
Yeah, that it has happened.
Because I know it, because it's part of the reason when I sit here and talk about Aaron Rodgers and they've created him into this mythical character, I sit there and talk about it.
He's failed
Nobody has let you down more. No great player, no one of the greatest ever has ever been shittier when it mattered most than Aaron Rodgers.
It's a fact. Even Brett Favre, they had to bounty gate his ass.
Like,
he
won a Super Bowl, Neil. Yeah, over a decade ago.
Yeah.
That guy's dead and gone. So, all right.
Kalamazoo in the Woodward Sports Chat says, I was told the Red Wings were dead and the Tigers were dead in July, and the Big Ten was very fine conference, and the SEC dominates. Good call, Neil.
I know they've only won, 14 of the last 20
You
football
guys,
national titles?
Like, I'm that's embarrassing. You guys, stop. Like, I'm serious. I see it everywhere. I will be the first person, if a year from now the SEC hasn't won another championship, we can have that conversation. We can. We can have that conversation.
Guys, the SEC is only SEC good. Come on now.
You guys, look, no, I want
y'all.
you to think about this. In a span of 20 years, the most they've gone without a title is 2 years. Like, stop. If we're having this conversation a year from now, you might have a point. If we are literally celebrating and puffing our chests out and calling the SEC dead because, gasp, they didn't win a championship for 2 years in a row, we are worthy of all the laughter they throw our way. Let's have this conversation a year from now. I promise you, I'll be the first guy to say it and go, well, now it's different. Now it's different. But to not win in what, 04 and 05, and then not win again in 13 and 14, it's a whole 2 years right now, guys. Pump the brakes on that talk, please.
Super chat, by the way, before we cut to the break, Paul Thomas. Wait, I was told you. I love you. Yeah, I feel like a proud father.
You should.
Wait, I was told Jordan Love was a better quarterback than Jared Goff. Paul, I was told that too. As a matter of fact, he gets paid more than Jared Goff does.
It's a fact.
That's weird, huh?
Future of the NFC.
McLovin in the Woodward
Were we
Sports
lied
Chat
to?
says 2023 Spencer bet with Easy saying he'd get a JG16 tat if Goff made the Super Bowl. Just wondering if he has a schedule because he's not pulling a Jeff. He did not make the Super Bowl in 2023, so I did not have to get the tattoo. But if they win the Super Bowl, I have Dan Campbell tattoo on my calf
Inner thigh.
wearing the Applebee's hat. That not inner thigh.
Oh.
That is real?
That is real. If they win this, because I had it, I doubled down again last year because they didn't get it in 2023, and I doubled down again last year. I said if they win the Super Bowl, I'll get the Jared Goff behind the ear tattoo, just 16 behind the ear. They didn't get it, and so I said okay. And now it was more realistic. I was like, okay, I'll get Dan Campbell's face tattooed on me if they win the Super Bowl this year.
With the
They win the
Applebee's
Super
hat.
Bowl, I'm going on a 3-day blackout.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Man, what-
Where's Sean? I don't know.
Shout out to Burn in the Woodward Sports Chat. Burn in the Woodward Sports Chat with a $50 super chat. He says, this is 5 yellow super chats. Send flowers to the Packers on my account. Okay, there's the goal. Neil, we need a Jordan Love eulogy coming up next on a break.
Okay.
That was the goal, and they got it fast. Shout out to you guys. And Jester Crew in the Woodward Sports Chat as well said Jack Fox is going to read more than A.J. Brown, LFG.
God damn.
What book should Jack Fox read on Saturday?
Right.
Damn, we're late for the break. All right.
Damn good.
Pre-game.
Fox sitting back, got his legs kicked up.
He's got War and Peace, like all 3,000 pages of
He got
it.
his reading glasses on.
Keep that circulation going. He's got the leg popped up.
Oh, man. Hey, nobody does football.